What is going on, everybody? If you have made your way over to the comic experience, this is the Fulcrum Report. Fulcrum Report, episode 29. Welcome back, everybody. This is our prelude episode to the Fulcrum Fight 2019. It's gonna be huge. We're gonna play some fun games, and it's gonna get wicked wild up in here. So, but before we get started, if you guys wouldn't mind dropping a like on the channel, please subscribe to the comic experience. We have lots of cool voice dubs coming out. Also, if you wouldn't mind checking out our Patreon, please come support us. We have some, like I said, really neat projects, and the faster you help us out with those, the quicker we can get them out. So please go check out our Patreon, and then hit the little bell notification so you know when our dubs and podcasts pops up, and then comment below. And then we're constantly on social media. I am your host, Sebastian. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter. Let's shoot it on over to Gilbert. What's going on, Gilbs?
What's up, guys? My name is Gilbert. You can follow me on Twitter as well. I am just so happy to be here, and I'm excited to be talking about the goodbye to Ben Affleck. Because you know what? I'm just get out of here. No one likes you.
See, I want to fight you on that because I really enjoyed him, actually. So we'll get to that.
Oh, my God. I swear, between Venom and Andromeda and this, dude, how are we even friends?
We just agree to disagree. And we also have, let's go over to the UK. We have Machinima Man Marshall over here. What's going on, Machinima Man?
What's going on? Thank you for having me back. I finished my homework for this week, which was to watch the Trolls movie. So
thank you back. Welcome back, Machinima Man. I guess Machinima is not around anymore, the channel?
Yeah, no, it's been bought out by, what's it?
Inside Gaming?
Yeah, something like that, or
you cut.
It's like it's some weird company that also I think owns Rooster Teeth. It's like a company that has like a bunch of different channels under their thing.
They got some really interesting stuff. It's interesting because Rooster Teeth is making like the future Transformers Netflix show.
Yeah, on Netflix. Yeah,
I'm totally gonna check it out, by the way. But like, I think it's cool for Rooster Teeth to go to like from YouTube, dudes messing around to like legitimate full-on production, so it's pretty rad. But let's move on over to our other friend in the UK. We have Crazy Uncle Harrison. What's going on, Harrison?
Boy, I'm sitting here being crazy. I'm good.
That's pretty much as crazy as it gets, actually. But welcome back, sir.
Thank you. It's very good to be back.
Cool. Yeah, you also checked out some cool stuff. I've been meaning to go. You got Umbrella Academy under your belt, and what was the other guy? How to Train Your Dragon, right?
Yeah, How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World.
Right on. I'm curious about. Yeah, I look forward to that in a weird kind of way.
Yeah, one of them's better than the other. I wonder if you can guess which one.
How to Train Your Dragon's a better one.
The first one?
You will be sorely disappointed, Marshall.
Oh man.
Oh no. I have to watch more of these to get to the best one. We'll talk more on that in a moment, though. I will move on. Oh, Fulcrum quiz question 29. Are you guys ready?
Uh-huh.
Ready.
Yep.
Okay.
Lay it on me.
Cool. So in the past, I asked you guys to come up with a battle royale game. I think we turned an existing game and gave it a battle royale. We're gonna do things a little differently. Apparently, I did it account for phone games being battle royale because recently we just got the new Tetris battle royale on Nintendo Switch. You guys hear about that?
What?
Yeah. My girlfriend is playing it right now. She has won like multiple times.
So yeah, I don't know how it works 100%. I don't have Nintendo Online yet.
It's kind of cool. It like adds a lot of depth to Tetris. So like the whole thing is that you just play Tetris, but similar to what you'll have seen in other like PvP versions of Tetris, where if you clear out your blocks, it'll add more blocks to the other players. In this, you have 99 other players, and you select which ones you send your blocks to.
Right.
That's interesting.
So it's and if like everyone happens to pick you, you can just be gone, so it's kind of fascinating. It's really fast paced. It comes with this awesome remix of the Tetris
Yeah,
theme.
and I heard
which
it like speeds
That's
up.
the main thing I know of it because I've heard that. Yeah, it's a really frantic game, and the controls are quite difficult to get used to. Yeah, so it's real challenging, but looks hectic and fun as hell.
Cool. So like I said, and then, oh man, I've been dying to try out that like psychedelic VR one too. That one seems dope as hell. But like I said earlier, apparently we didn't think deep enough into games that could be battle royales. So I want you to think in the mind of Tetris. If you guys can come up with the concept of a Pong battle royale, I want you guys to do it. So that is a quiz question this week. Give me a new battle royale, but we're going totally deep into this one. Give me, I don't know, Pac-Man battle royale, something like that. So I'm gonna stop talking. You guys have the idea. We're gonna go on. Generally, this is a Star Wars podcast or a Star Wars centric podcast, but there's not too much going on, and we're like pretty much imminent for a title drop. So there was a little bit of news this week. There was the wrapping of filming. We have the wrapping of filming. Any of you guys have any thoughts on that? We have our final
our Star
image.
Wars news is that there is no Star Wars happening.
Star Wars is done, basically.
Wrapping is the worst news that they gave us. Just like, oh, okay.
Star Wars has been doing some interesting stuff too that I wanted to mention real quick. They have a new line of like figures coming out. I guess they're like Kenner remastered figures. Pretty cool. And then what was the other thing? There's huge rumors actually, and I want to get your guys' thoughts on this real quick. I've been seeing it floating around on Reddit a tad, and it was talking about how a lot of fans have been thinking that we're going to get some Legends material, and that being in the form of a continuation of the original like 1980s Marvel comic. And then also like I guess some guy keeps seeing on all of his Disney surveys asking if they would like a return, you know, if they wouldn't mind seeing a film based on Legends material. So I think that's a kind of a
Revan.
No, yeah, I'm totally down. Yeah, I think it would be neat too, because I think in the survey it mentioned something about seeing a film based on like the Thrawn trilogy, or maybe like, you know, Heir to the Empire. So I think that would be totally rad to, after we finish up these main movies, to maybe get some of those like Legends books made into movies at least, you know. Maybe not any new Legends stories, but at least some of the best we can Darth Revan story, the Knights of the Old Republic. Shooting up, or like go Gilbert.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say on with the Revan story. I was always like add Cartho Nassi or like HK-47 or Canderous Ordo. Like any of those characters would be awesome to have a standalone movie.
And it would be awesome too, because you can have it separate from the Star Wars movies, and then you could, or Kyle Katarn. Oh my God, everybody.
Yeah. Exactly.
Xbox Gold, Jedi Knight Academy is free. Please go replay that game. Probably one of the best Star Wars games of all time. Oh
or
my God.
If you have a PC, wait for the Steam sale, and it's like 4 cents. So
right on.
Yeah, get it. You have no excuse.
Have you guys checked that game out?
Love it. Absolutely love it.
Oh, it doesn't hold up super well graphic wise. Like all the character models are pretty crappy. But
yeah,
the nostalgia and the level designs. There's these huge multi.
Yep.
Marshall, is there anything that you would like to see from Legends made into a movie, or do you see that possibly happening? Do you see?
I don't see why not. Yeah, I mean, more Star Wars stories, more Star Wars films, and it's such a good thing to pick from. So yeah, why not?
Yeah, is there anything from the Legends material that they wiped away that you would possibly like to see made into a movie? I think movie is the way to go, or if you want to continue the comic, that would be kind of rad. But like, I think that's how I want to see Legends stories if they come to the screen.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind an original story, but with the characters from it, maybe something we haven't seen before.
Okay, possibly like, for example, maybe a movie that's a sequel to Jedi Knight Academy or something like that.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah, instead of making a new
and...
game, make a movie sequel to it.
Okay, cool. Harrison, you have any thoughts on seeing possible like Legends return to in a movie form? I think I want to kind of stick to that. I don't know if they'd maybe a show, that would be kind of cool. But any thoughts?
I think a movie format would be great. I think it'd be a. What I like about it is it'd be a good chance for them to make something different with the movies. And to really freshen those movies up, because I think they are trying with doing the Solo and the Star Wars stories, but I'd like to see them reach back and think a little differently.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and I think it would be cool too for people that like maybe didn't get a chance to check out some of those classic Legends books, to maybe, because I'm a huge Star Wars fan and I still haven't ever got a chance to read Heir to the Empire, which was essentially like the original Episode 7, or I never got to read the Revan or any of the Bane books. So I think it would be rad to kind of have a movie version for me to catch back up on some of the things that I missed.
It's going to be amazing for all those gatekeepers out there who were really upset when they changed all the canon over. Because if they start reaching back in the books and go, well, yeah, you think you enjoyed that movie, but you don't really know it because you didn't read the 1983 hardback that I read. And those people, that's the only joy they get. So, good on Lucas and good on Disney for giving them something.
And oh my God, it would print money if you told people, an Heir to the Empire movie. I think that would be really rad too to see almost like this alternate event. I mean, because playing Jedi Knight Academy, it's funny because you're playing this and that was canon at one point, and to think that like I was playing this as canon as a child, or and growing into an adult and still playing it, but like I think it would be totally rad to get back into that and to go back and step back 20 years and get back into the canon that was, and I would love to see an alternate version of Han Solo and Luke Skywalker the way that they were portrayed in the books and stuff. I think that would be really neat. There was even some cool stuff with their kids. You can even mess with that stuff
dude. Jason and Jana Solo.
Jana,
and then
Jade.
Ben Skywalker.
Yeah, Mara Jade movie, and it can just based off the books. You don't have to do anything crazy, but like just give us an adaptation so I could see it. That would be pretty rad because I don't have time to read all these, and there's some cool stuff out there. Okay, real quick, I totally forgot to mention this, but today I talked to, this is a huge break. I even got to put this on Reddit because I don't think anybody knows this. I met somebody that at my work, I live in California, so I live pretty close to Disneyland, but met a woman who actually had done some work on the new Star Wars land, and she gave me some deets actually, so I wanted to break that live here with you guys if you wanted to hear some quick little so apparently there's this huge rumor, by the way, and I'll get this right out of the way. So I asked the lady personally, I was like, so there's been this rumor online that I'm trying to remember what the name of the ride was, and maybe you guys can help me out while I'm telling the story, but it's the one centered around the Resistance with the huge walkers in the beginning. There's been some promotional footage of that, so if you guys want to get me the name for that ride, but something Resistance, Rise of the Resistance or something. So I asked if it was 28 minutes. She's told me no, she's heard that it's about 8 minutes, so flat out debunked that right there. Another really neat thing of the ride, she told me that it's on magnetic tracks. So it's not on a physical.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's physically floating, she said. So it even has that that kind of when you step onto.
It's using the Force.
Yeah, just something neat. And she said that she believed that info is already out there, but that's reiterating that it's going to be a magnetic track. Another really neat thing she said about Star Wars Land, and this kind of coincides with all the rumors, is she told me that there you go. What is it? Rise of the Resistance. There you go. It is not 28.
Yeah, you're absolutely
not
right.
28 minutes. She told me it was 8 minutes.
Okay, so off a little bit.
By 20 minutes. Yeah, because I was asking her, I was like, yeah, so is it what? And then she said that she didn't know. I was asking her what type of ride if it would be, if it was like a shoot 'em up kind of gallery type ride, and she said she couldn't tell from what she's seen. She told me some really interesting info also. She told me that there is Wi-Fi being set up all around Star Wars Land, because Disneyland right now does not have free Wi-Fi. So she said they're setting it all up, and that kind of coincides with the rumors that you're going to be able to like check in once you get into the land, and kind of there'll be spies in the land. They're going to you're going to live out this like canonical adventure, and it's so it sounds pretty rad. Okay, huge drop right here on the show. there are going to be drones flying in the sky over Star Wars land. So she said to give
that's
to give it the effect of like ships in the air. And they're
Wow.
and I believe it's only going to be over the Star Wars portion of the land. But she said, there's drones flying up in the air to give it the effect. So
Like make it feel like a Star Destroyer's up in the air.
Star
or something
Destroyer, maybe like Coruscant with some traffic or something. I don't know what the extent is, but she
dude,
did
that'd be
mention Star
cool.
Destroyer. Actually, you're 100% right on that.
I almost bought a Star Wars quadcopter today. I saw it and I was like, that's kind of really
So
cool.
this is huge news. Hope you guys are excited to hear it. I can't believe I forgot to. I told her I wouldn't say anything, but sorry, lady. She said it was fine, actually. Like, she said it's no big deal. Like, I guess it's not super top secret anymore. But those are some things that she said. And to top up this last one, she told me that she may or may have not seen Arendelle plans. I believe that's what it's called, the frozen land, basically. So she's seen. Yeah, so I asked her where that would fit, and she said in the process of them knocking out some lands for Star Wars, they already had pre-planned that they would have some other lands. So Star Wars didn't take up everything they knocked out. They still have some other sections shut off. So frozen land is coming. But that was pretty neat. I told her I was a huge Star Wars fan and had podcasts, and I can't believe she dropped all that info off on me. So that's pretty rad. So let's go on over to this is actually hint for the and I'm only saying this so I don't forget and I have it on recording, but hint for Fulcrum Fight 2019.
Ooh.
This next topic will bleed into Fulcrum Fight 2019. But we have our first reveal of Will Smith Genie, and it is terrifying, at least in my opinion. I'm going to shoot it off over to Gilbert first. Have you seen the trailer for the live-action Aladdin, and what the hell have they done with Will Smith?
Yes, I absolutely have. I saw it the second it dropped, and honestly, all right, the best way I could sum this up is I saw a meme on Twitter the other day. And it was who wore it better, and it's a picture of Will Smith next to what's his name? It's David Cross wearing, his Tobias Funke, all blue. It's like if anyone watched Arrested Development, it's like it's a picture of that, and I'm like, it just. I can't unsee that now. I'm just like, it looks ridiculous to me. It looks like they just painted Will Smith blue.
But his
and
face
like,
isn't even like nothing's the right proportion. I saw the back.
Oh no, yeah, it's all CGI'd, but I'm just saying it looks like they. I don't know, man. It doesn't look good. It doesn't. It's not a good.
It
look.
almost looks like three bodies because the back of him actually doesn't look that bad. Like the back reveal, I was like, okay, here we go. Back looks good. Front shows up. Like, he has basically his face like superimposed on a thumb, and then they gave him, I don't know, some like weightlifter's body. They gave him Marshall's body. So like, so great body, by the way, sir. But that was a compliment. But the point was, it just looks weird. Like, it looks wrong. It looks like everything that shouldn't have been happened. And
but yeah, so I don't know what the heck they're doing with that. It looks like they're just trying to do a needless cash grab because hey, look at all the hype that came from the new live action Lion King, It's like, look at all the hype that came from that, and they're just like, you know what? If we make everything live action now, we'll make all the money.
It's not even live action Lion King.
Yeah, it's live action kinda. It's like basically the jungle or like the savannah is gonna be like live action, and then all the lions are gonna be CGI.
He looks like the fourth member of.
Yeah, because that worked so well in Dinosaur.
He looks.
I mean, didn't it though?
He looks
That's
like
my favorite Disney movie, yo. Okay, everybody remembers Disney's dinosaurs.
He looks like the fourth member of the Blue Man Group.
Go for it, Marshall. Tell me what your thoughts are on Will Smith as Genie, because I think it's giving me nightmares.
I don't know what happened to Will Smith, but ever since YouTube Rewind, he's become such a meme, like the most memed man in history, and it just happened within a matter of weeks.
No, for real. And me and my buddy were like, Billy, you guys have, he's been on a concept episode of ours, but we were talking I'm trying to get him back, but he always works during the show. But like we were talking, and me and him have been huge Will Smith fans just for meme purposes. When his songs comes on at a party, and me and him will be dancing on the dance floor. But we're terrified of this Will Smith cheating.
It's one of those things, like after you finished watching it, you sit back in your chair and just think, did that actually happen? Like,
I'm so glad you said that, because I was not ready to get on this hate train, by the way. Like, I'm not sitting here, and I'm literally pretty, like, open-hearted, actually, but, like, I'm the one to say, yo, Transformers 5, totally dope if you're a kid, in a man's body. But, like, I watched the trailer, I was ready for the reveal, I saw it happen, and I literally had to drag that little bar back again, and again, and again, and... just try and, like, I think my brain was trying to comprehend what I was looking at.
I think that's what's made it so popular, is the fact that it was so fast and fleeting that you had to go, it was a double take, and we wouldn't have been that worried, but we had to put effort in to see
the motion
this.
Too, the way he's like, I don't know what he says, but like, yo, you never seen a genie before? Like, no, I haven't seen a genie like that before. I think they showed Aladdin actor the real footage of, and he just got the actual reaction.
It definitely took away from the other actors, because not one person has mentioned anyone else in that trailer, like Aladdin or Jafar.
They all look so generic, by the way.
Talking about Will Smith.
Yes.
I think I'm gonna see that movie, honest to God, just to see how weird Will Smith is.
Yes.
To see how uncanny it is. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, we have to see it. We have to.
No, we all have to, and we got to review it. What are your guys' thoughts real quick on, like, Disney just doing these cash grab? Like, can you not invent anything new? Not only are your animated movies unimagined, but like now you're making your live action movies just your cartoons from the past. Like, I was okay with Tomorrowland, and I was okay with, you know what I mean? And I know they weren't great movies, but at least it's new concepts.
Yeah. Something that you mentioned a minute ago, that I think is the worst part about this Aladdin one, is that everyone in it is bad. Like in those trailers, like I was looking at the actors,
like,
the actual, the ones that aren't Will
Jasmine.
Smith, and like go and look at like the animated version. Look at like what Aladdin's facial expression is when he goes into the Cave of Wonder and he sees all this treasure stuff. Then look at the Aladdin in this live action trailer, and he's just still, like, closed mouth, just staring.
Like, it plays.
Like Jafar looks really dull. Jafar's there, like, yeah, it's over there. Just go in. Go in and get me a thing.
The only one with actual enthusiasm is Will Smith, actually.
Yeah.
And he's like scaring me and my hypothetical children.
The CGI is so bad, though. Like,
this is like Superman lit to a whole new level, I think.
Yeah.
Like, I think this is the new standard for horrid CGI.
I think that they had some issues as well, where like you mentioned, they've taken Will Smith and then they've put him on a body that clearly isn't Will Smith's body. Like, we have known Will Smith for decades. We know what Will Smith looks like. Like, he has never had that torso.
And I imagine that this image is going to be up during the episode, but like his face is even too small within his head. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
The human face stretches across the head. By the way, like, I don't know if you guys have seen a human face, but. It starts from one side of the head to the other, and that's where the face ends. The face isn't like in the middle of a head.
The hair as well. You could just tell it's not attached to the top of his head.
And the ears.
I think he looks a lot like Shrek in this.
You're so right.
Like, yeah, like there's a weird Shrekness that they've made to him. Apparently, I've heard a few things about, like, basically the reason that he's this CGI monstrosity is because apparently actors have all decided that being painted is the worst thing ever, and so like loads of like successful actors refuse to be painted.
Do you think this is ILM, or do you think this is like some? I mean, because normally ILM is Industrial Light and Magic for everybody at home. Is the guys that do all the Star Wars special effects? Is that them on this? Because if that is, this is the worst I've ever seen out of them. and they've been dishing out really nice stuff. But the Hulk even looks really nice, and
I don't know how much the ILM do on these things because basically they've got enough projects to be busy. So I don't know where Disney decides that ILM put their effort. So whether they'll be involved in this, I don't know. I feel like it's not.
Yeah,
I feel
really
like
hoping it's
ILM have enough stuff to do.
I think the special effects before they went into the cave looked pretty good. It's just when we got to the genie, it was kind of like, what? Wow, what happened?
Here, before we end this segment, I'm trying to get the tweet for you guys. I'm gonna do it here. What does this tweet say right here? Honestly, Will Smith Genie feels like a spoiler for Bird Box because I finally understand what image would make themselves so fascinated, but also want to kill themselves. Okay, here we go. I'm getting to the good stuff. Come on, get to the.
Love it. That wasn't the good stuff.
that was
pretty sure Will Smith's Genie is just Disney trying to build up hype for Pandora, the world of Avatar at Disney World.
Avatar 2 starring Will Smith.
Looks like the Scorpion King
Oh
had a
my
baby with
God.
an avatar.
I love it. Absolutely.
Cool. So, I think that's Will Smith. Like I said, hint for Fulcrum Fight 2019. You're all gonna be required to have some sort of
Will Smith son.
Photoshop program. So be prepared for that.
All right.
Cool. Let's get on to cue the sad music. Ben
Demonetized
Affleck
again.
is officially, out of the words of Batman himself, not Batman. So he is no longer.
Well,
was that not good?
See, first of all, no, it wasn't. Second of all, that's where that's where we differ on that because that's not the no, that's cheer and be happy and shoot off fireworks. What is wrong with you, Sebastian?
I'm sorry, I got a dope Batman that was like the Dark Knight Returns Batman.
I'm
sorry you don't like awesome Batman.
Did you get a dope Batman?
Yeah, what do you like, Christian Bale, skinny little stick French fry man?
Hell yes, Christian Bale.
This world,
as far as like live,
this world is.
I can't think of the line.
Christian Bale was a French fry, but Ben Affleck ate all those French fries.
Ben Affleck was a potato.
I'm sorry, but you know what? One scene of Ben Affleck just pulling a tire and doing some pull-ups.
Bitchin', yo.
That was. I'm sorry, but you know what? Do you understand how badly his muscles would like not work after doing that? After having 20 years of not being Batman, I'm just saying. Do you understand how destroyed his body would be?
Yeah, no, but like before,
he wasn't Batman. He still did CrossFit.
Okay,
he definitely kept in shape, and I don't know how long the time jump is from. I guess it's 3 years. So, if you want to get technical,
I'm just saying.
By the time we get to Batman versus Superman, I guess that's 3 years later than when he saw the destruction of Metropolis.
Okay, so. well then he must have not been Batman for a while before that because I mean those two cops that are in Gotham. They're sitting there. They're like, "What the hell was that?" When they see Batman, when they should know full well who and what Batman is. They act like it's something the first time they've ever seen Batman. So I'm like, it's been more time than just 3 years. I feel.
Tell me like the scene where he's like crawling on the ceiling isn't rat. No, I don't want to talk about Justice League Batman because Justice League. Batman
I'll take it back. The Batman scenes are awesome because Ben Affleck isn't talking. He doesn't. But the times, do you bleed? It's like, dude, shut up. No one wants to hear you talk.
Oh, and he had the voice. That was kind of cool.
No, it was not. He sounded like Ultron.
So. The only thing that I think is literally missing, and they better do this with the next live-action Batman, I want to see glowing white eyes. I think that would be really rad on like a Batman, a bat suit.
Yeah, that actually would be kind of cool to see. Like instead of just actually seeing his eyeballs, to see his
we always see him in the comics and like cartoons. He always has the disappear white eyes. Let's give him that in the movie. That's why I was stoked to see him in the armor because we got that.
See. Fine, and the fights were cool. The fights were absolutely
cool. The warehouse scene was cool. Physically, I guess.
Yeah, all that
I'm saying.
that was awesome.
Yeah,
but
physical
yeah,
shape Batman.
but But then when he was like Bruce Wayne, it's just like, dude, I don't want you there. Go away.
You know what sucks? No, I liked him
I don't
as
know.
Bruce Wayne.
I really feel
Yeah.
like he was let down by the scripts that he had. I think. Like, I think Ben Affleck could have been a good Batman in a different movie, but like when he was Bruce Wayne and he was there, like having a petty argument with Clark Kent, and they didn't even know who each other were, but they were just like, I don't like you because like my jaw is bigger than yours. No, my jaw is bigger than yours.
Basically, yeah.
No, I do agree. Like the writing for, I mean, and it's not his fault, but I'm saying what he worked with and the Batman I got, like, I don't know. Aesthetically, I thought he looked the part. I think I didn't mind him as Bruce Wayne. Let's not forget also this is like the 40-year-old Batman who is the Dark Knight kind of Batman.
Yeah, and I like what's his name? God dang it! It's the guy who wrote Dark Knight Returns. Frank Miller.
Yeah.
Frank Miller.
Yeah, I love Frank Miller as much as the next guy. I'm just saying though that putting Ben Affleck in a Frank Miller Batman does not make it good to me.
Yeah, and I also, to be honest with you, Sebastian, like I love that they did go for a Frank Miller Batman, but Ben Affleck is still too young to be.
Agreed.
The Dark Knight
How old
Returns.
is Dark Knight
Like-
Returns Batman? Like what, 50, 60?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, he's really getting
Yeah,
on,
so
like
this is like 40.
and that Batman's done. That Batman is like that Bruce Wayne like is contemplating his death and thinking that it's about time that he dies and stuff like that. Whereas like I think an issue definitely with that kind of Batman and then Ben Affleck
With
as Bruce
this
Wayne
one,
was Ben Affleck would just look too young. It made like no sense. He didn't look like he should be retired. Also, like Alfred as well. Like Alfred looks like he's like 10 years older
I
than
really
him.
dug Alfred, by the way. I don't know if you guys feel me on that. I like Jeremy Irons' Alfred. I liked how he's kind of like a different Alfred. He wasn't just like the dish hold or the platter holding. There we go. Butler, but he had some attitude. He backtalked to Batman. He joked around a bit. I liked him. I liked him a lot, actually.
I would have liked to see Alfred get into a fight, like get into like a fist fight with someone, like someone break into the Batcave or something, and him like get into because they've shown other stuff where Alfred has like held his own against maybe not not like Mr. Freeze or like Bane or the Joker or anything like that, but like against the lackeys.
Yeah, no, absolutely. In the
Yeah,
Batman
there's
games
that
and stuff,
amazing panel where he just blows a guy away.
Yeah.
What's that one where like he goes like my employer doesn't kill people, but I don't give a damn, and he just shoots them.
Yeah, just shoots him with a shotgun.
There's so many sad things. I hope they at least just change the actor like they would in the MCU. Like I feel like we're having a positive moving forward, and let's just keep moving forward. And if the old movie sucked, then let's make the new ones good. They exist. That's fine. But like I was J.K. Simmons Gordon. I want to see more of that.
Oh, agreed. Absolutely.
Like they really set up some neat things that I think need to at least be spelled out. And I think we could do this also like the animated cartoons kind of where they're doing, is stick with the cast of, it's the same universe every animated movie now. But if the actor happens to slip out or whatever, no big deal, and just continue with these stories. Just have, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Do you want it to just still be Bruce Wayne Batman, or do you want if they continue with this cinematic universe, do you want it to be the Nightwing of this universe steps
I think
in
that gets in
and
to the
becomes
next
Batman?
question I was going to ask everybody is who would you want who's the next Batman? Because I'm trying to I'm racking my brain trying to think of anybody, and I can't just.
Do you want me to talk about my Idris Elba
So
fantasy?
go for it.
Black Batman, really?
I have been saying this for years. Like somebody, I think it was Kevin Smith, I think, said before even Ben Affleck was Batman, was like, Idris Elba should be the new Batman. And I was like, yes, just giant guy. And I'd love to see a black actor playing Batman. Partly because I have this idea that I think would be really funny. And I want there to be a black Bruce Wayne. And he is Bruce Wayne, like straight up Bruce Wayne. Mm-hmm. And we also have a black Alfred. Mm-hmm. But Thomas and Martha Wayne, both white.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
And I want it to never be mentioned in the movie.
Make it
never once. Let
people draw their own conclusions.
The only thing that ever happens is one day Bruce is walking into an office and he stumbles upon Alfred just looking at Polaroids of his mum. He's like, hey, what are you doing? I'm doing nothing, sir. Ignore that.
I just want to see the giant painting on his wall of his parents and him as a little kid.
Yeah.
I like that idea, but I feel like if you do that, if they actually were to do that, we'd be talking about the death of Batman. Like everyone and their mother would tear that movie down so fast.
Well, that and like we were saying with continuity, if we're going with a black actor, it's not like you could just go, bing, here's a black. Like that's literally like just Luke Skywalker showing up one movie black. And it's just like,
yeah, I don't think it couldn't be the same. It would have to be essentially a reboot to the cinematic Batman. It would have to be a whole new Batman, and we can ignore my thing of Alfred secretly being his dad, and he can have black parents as well. But I think it'd be a huge thing to do. And I think like with it would be sort of in keeping with times. With like Miles Morales has introduced people to not just having white superheroes, and like how Miles Morales is a really cool Spider-Man and people love him, and he's now he's just their Spider-Man.
And
they don't feel Peter Parker is their Spider-Man.
You know what I mean? Spider-Gwen's really rad, and she has a cool twist on her stories, and that even gets a whole audience.
See, and I agree with that, but the thing is that if you're gonna, I feel that if you're gonna make a black superhero, if you're gonna make a black Batman, I'm totally down for it. But you know what? Let's kill off Bruce Wayne and make like, I don't know, Lucius Fox's son or something like that. Take off the mantle of Batman.
I'm down with that too. Yeah.
I'd be interested in like if they did because I'd love to see a cinematic Batman Beyond.
I agree with you.
And
yes.
I think you could easily make.
Oh, you're right.
I can't remember the name of the kid who was Batman. You could easily make that black kid, or for any race. Let's not just talk about like it's only black options. But you just make someone who isn't
Asian,
white.
American,
and you can just, that would be really cool.
There's all kind of really neat options you can actually go. That would, absolutely. And who isn't necessarily an established. Bruce Wayne's been around so long. So yeah, give it to the next guy maybe. I want to get on to, we're running a little short on time. Machinima Man, who is on your, and thank you for your input, Harrison. Who is on your wish list for Batman? Who are you thinking?
I'm going to throw a curveball and say an actor that, no one that we really know. I'm just going to pick a relatively unknown actor, because otherwise people are just going to complain about whoever it is. So I think pick someone.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
It took a lot of restraint not to say Benedict Cumberbatch.
That would actually, like, just an alternate universe for a second, maybe not so bad. If you could, like, bulk up a tad.
I mean, if America didn't exist and it was only England and there had to be a British Batman, then yeah, sure, why not? No, I think
I can't take the accent. Yeah, no, go for it. The American accent.
Yeah, go with someone unknown. That'd be my pick.
You could go that way too, yeah, because look at The Force Awakens, and you have all these up and coming actors that have showed up in a couple years of theirs. They are like established, but like who are nobodies. You got John Boyega, who's a nobody basically before Star Wars. I didn't know who that dude was, and same thing with Daisy Ridley. I didn't know who that was.
Yeah, and like the Robert Pattinson thing, like if he was Batman, people would be like, "Oh no, I seen him in Twilight. I don't want him." But if you pick someone who hasn't been in anything,
exactly like
that,
me, yeah. Gilbert, who's on your wish list for Batman?
Honestly, I think this was actually kind of funny when I started thinking about it. So Batman as a character, he's someone who doesn't show emotion. He doesn't really he doesn't emote a whole lot. And he's not really someone who you can tell what's going on in his head. So I figure why not use an actor who's exactly that, Keanu Reeves.
And he's kind of like
Keanu Reeves.
a DA right now, after John Wick and stuff. I could totally
exactly. I feel like he might be able to pull off like a cool Batman. If not him, then maybe I don't know, like Ben Barnes probably that's the guy who plays Jigsaw in the Punisher Netflix show.
Yeah,
I might actually be down for him to be Batman.
I'm trying to think. I'm all down for Jeffrey D. Morgan also. It's just that he's already Bruce Wayne kind of, so you messed it up. They messed it up like a tad if you want to, but like. Man, if there's ever Flashpoint, I need him in the bat suit with the red eyes. Like, that'd be so rad.
Absolutely.
Okay, I think we're good on Batman right now. There's way more I would love to talk about. It looks like we have a Batman movie to look forward to coming out next year, possibly, or the year after. But looks like they have a whole bunch of the rogues galleries. I'm okay with them kind of going loosey-goosey a little bit with the continuity, too. Just, not everything connecting, but maybe everything does. You just don't have the blade out, flat out say it that way when you do have this Joker, this new Joaquin Phoenix Joker showing up. Oh my god. You know, that, you know, maybe you can have him show up in a Batman movie here or there, and then have a different guy be a Joker for a while, have a different guy be a Batman, and it's just kind of all the same continuity. I wouldn't mind that.
That's basically how it was back in the day, like with the
original Batman movies.
Forever, and Batman and Robin was we went, you know, from, because I think they're different from the Tim Burton movies, but you know, you had Val Kilmer, and then we ended up with George Clooney.
Yeah, you can almost go like a James Bond kind of route with it.
Do you think George Clooney would be a good Batman if he was given a good Batman movie?
No. No.
He's too hardboard.
I agree with
Flat out.
I agree with Gilbert's point 100%. No.
Right on.
Nothing more needs to be said about that.
I know. I'm just trying to move on from that. We're gonna move on though. We'll get back to that. We'll listen for little rumors and stuff. So Fulcrum Report quiz question 29. Tetris. What are they calling it? It's like Tetris 99 or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tetris Battle Royale.
Something.
Tetris Battle Royale came out. We had this question before on the channel, but we didn't think deep enough into cell phone video games and the classics. So starting off with Gilbert, what new Battle Royale game have you come up with, sir?
Okay, well, this has been one of my favorite arcade games forever. It was Asteroids, and I would want to make it I would call it. Yeah, dude. So I would want to make it a 32 player battle royale, but the thing is that it would only be on a map that would be just maybe I'm gonna say double the size of a normal Asteroids map.
So it's a super collider.
Yeah, it's super collider. So yeah, you basically just have that going off, and then you also have the giant asteroid, the huge ones, the ones you would get on hard level that are right there. So instantly, right out the gate, half the people are gonna die.
I'm really kind of digging this, and then also that I watched not a documentary, but it was it was essentially, I think it was Matt Pat actually talking about how the mechanics of the financial model of how a battle royale works and the turnaround rate, and so you definitely have that turnaround rate, with the dying and coming back and dying and coming back,
Yeah, so you'd constantly have to be just replaying it, because otherwise the longest game, the average game, is probably only be 30 seconds.
That would be so rad, though. And then what for bonus points, monetization? How are we making money on this? Because Tetris is kind of missing out on the custom blocks and stuff. Pikachu blocks.
Yeah. How we make money off of it? We'd give microtransactions to give you a different looking ship, or maybe make a microtransaction that actually gives you a shield. It basically pay to win.
Disqualified. No, I'm just kidding. No, absolutely. Yeah, I was thinking more of
only for 10 seconds,
of,
though.
different
Only for 10
colored
seconds.
Lasers, maybe different laser effects, or
yeah, there you go. So yeah, you could do that, or it gives you you could do different maps that instead of just doing a 2D top down, it'll give you a 3D map.
Maybe the top player gets to choose what map they have loaded up in their arsenal or something. That would be rad.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you for that. That's a great idea. Machinima Man Marshall, what kind of kooky battle royale do you have cooked up for us today?
Well, I've actually done my research this week to make sure this one doesn't exist and there's not a film about it. So, I'm going with chess battle royale. The first battle royale board game ever. So you can't play it online with people. You have to play it in the park with old people.
So, chess battle royale.
Yeah, I mean, old people in care homes, they don't really have a lot to do other than watch TV and eat biscuits. So what if you got them all to go to a park and play 100-man battle royale against a team from another care home, and just have battle royale chess in the park? Can you imagine?
So what is this? 50 different games going on? It's tournament style or what?
Yeah,
or
but
are they all literally playing chess at the same time on one giant board?
They all get in a massive circle and they all move inwards with the chess pieces. And you can loot better pieces of better pieces. Anywhere on this little map, you can, if you lose a knight, you can loot another one. If you come across a team, then just mow them down.
Oh God! What have I done?
Dude, it exists. That's weird.
I'm throwing my headphones up.
Gilbert.
That's not entirely what.
But I'm not saying it's a battle royale, but I'm saying the game of
Okay.
multiplayer chess exists.
So anyway,
Whoa, it's getting intense now.
multiplayer chess may exist, but there aren't 100 old people in a park playing chess battle royale. So
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not trying to disqualify you. I'm just saying,
we know what you're
yeah.
up to, Gilbert.
It's
He's
proof
playing
of concept.
Brodie this season, yo.
Ever since I said Mass Effect Andromeda, you've been trying to get me off this show. And I said that so you have another swear to edit out.
Okay, so Mushima Man, thank you. Battle Royale chess. You got any monetization? What you can buy different colorful chess pieces. Maybe some are clear, glittery,
Absolutely, new skins.
shiny.
I mean, old people have a lot of savings, so it's a good market.
Exploit the retirement funds.
Yeah, exploit their pensions. Instead of giving your grandson, money this weekend, buy yourself a new skin for your queen.
Harrison, yeah. So it better be good, sir.
Okay, my concept is breakout battle royale. So instead of it being one large flat wall, it is a circle, like a giant circle of blocks with 100 players around the circle. And the main challenge of the game is to keep track of which one's your ball. You move around like regular thing, but instead of you just go around, pushing the left and right arrows just takes you around the circle. And then I'm guessing then the only way you're gonna notice your ball is it has your number. So the very beginning of the game is going to be hell. So it's like essentially you don't fight other people. You just have to not lose. You just have to be able to get round to the other side of the board fast enough to catch your ball and bounce it back.
Harrison, I'm sorry, but that game already exists. It's called football, and I'm pretty sure those are the rules.
Excuse me, sir. That's called soccer.
Soccer is what you put on your feet to keep them warm, Gilbert.
Oh, ha ha ha.
Okay, so Fulcrum quiz winner of the week. Let me think. Okay, so we have just a quick recap. We have Gilbert with his asteroids. Ooh, I dig that one. We have Marshall with his old people chess battle royale in the park. And then we also have, I really like Harrison's idea with the, what's the name of that classic game called?
Breakout, sorry.
Breakout, okay. I'm gonna give it to Gilbert, actually. I think that, yeah.
Hooray!
You wanted,
Yes.
for monetization purposes, you wanted to have a ball with your number on it, sir. You could have just had colors and rainbows and no, I'm kidding. I just really liked the idea of Gilbert's overly crowded map and things ended.
I was trying to do something nice for the elderly, and this is what I get.
I swear to God, I'm not doing everything in my power to keep you from winning next week either. It's just this is how it is. So, but congratulations, Harrison, you are the winner. Or Gilbert.
What? No, Gilbert.
Gilbert. Gilbert.
Yeah.
Woo, woo, woo. Congratulations, Gilbert. Finally, America gets a point.
America.
Yeah.
Do you have any final thoughts? Let's close out this episode, and then Gilbert, thank you so much for being on this episode. And then any final thoughts going into next week's friendship ending episode?
I'm coming to win. I don't know how I'm gonna do that because I only have 2 points to Harrison's 5 or whatever. But I'm coming to win.
Cool. Yeah, no, everybody stay tuned for next week's Fulcrum fight. It's gonna be live. If you guys are curious to what a Fulcrum fight is, go check out episode 20. There's some really great stuff in that episode, and we had a lot of fun. So everybody be prepared. But thank you so much, Gilbs.
Absolutely, man.
Cool. Any plugs real quick? Anything where?
I just finished Age of Republic Obi-Wan, so I'm gonna be uploading that right after we get off of this.
Oh,
so
dude, I'm so
be looking for that somewhere down the line.
Okay, cool. And then you'll post it for all the comic experience people.
For the direct
Okay, cool. So yeah, you guys are missing out. Help us out where we can get them out because we're doing some really rad stuff. Spoiler alert: we're doing like an Anakin comic that's gonna be in the style of a Clone Wars TV show. We have the announcer. We also are going to. I'm not going to say anything just yet. This is our ultimate topper, but General Grievous is going to do something quite neat, and I'm really looking forward to that. So everybody, keep your eye out for our rad comics. But thank you so much, Gilbert, for all your hard work. You're amazing, sir.
Yep.
Cool. Thank you so much, Mr. Shinema Man, for being on. It's a pleasure having you. Any plugs, and then give me your final thoughts before entering the ring next week. This is when.
Thank you for having me back. It's been a great episode. One of the best I think we've done. Gilbert, I'm sorry for all the editing you're gonna have to do, but I mean you got to do something, man.
Yeah, no worries.
And, for next,
and it has to come out before next week. So,
for next week, there's a storm coming.
And his name is
Me.
Everybody stay tuned for me next week. He's taking it all.
The 2-time back-to-back is going to be the 3-time back-to-back.
Cool. Thank you so much, Miss Shinema Man. And also, any plugs for you?
Not this week, no.
No. You can keep an eye out for him in comics. He's going to show up in our next Count Dooku episode also, our comic that we're developing right now. So come check it out. Yeah, that's how deep we are into this, by the way. So that's 7 issues in. So yeah, we're like literally making all of them. So we're doing good over here. But thank you so much, Machinima Man, and I'll see you in the ring.
Anytime, brother. See you next week.
Cool. Harrison, thank you so much for staying up with us, sir. It's been a pleasure. I want to get you out of here. Any thank you for being on our show. Do you have any final thoughts and plugs? And then give me your final words before entering the Fulcrum fight next week, sir.
One thing I'd like to plug. I don't think I've plugged this before. I haven't got anything new happening, but I have a metal album that I sang on. I was the singer for a whole album. I'd love it if people would listen to it. It's on Spotify. So if you've got Spotify, you can go listen to it for free, or even if you've got the paid version or whatever, you can go listen to it. The band is called Below Defect, and the album's called Eagle-Eyed Generation.
That's awesome. I'm a huge metal fan, so
yeah.
I'm gonna go check it out because the UK normally has some pretty rad metal. So
yeah. I did find that cover of Hey Ya by Outkast that you done as well, Harrison, and I had that on repeat. I had that on repeat for hours. You should do more, man. You're so good.
Oh, cool. Oh, thanks very much, man.
No, it's awesome.
Cool. Everybody check them out, and then man, okay, you messed up now because we're gonna make you do something live one day. But thank you so much for being on. And then final words before entering the Fulcrum Fight 2019, sir.
For too long, this machinima man, has lorded over the Fulcrum Report. But no longer. I bring him down. Episode 30.
Puny
Everybody.
God.
That was crazy, Uncle Harrison. Thank you so much for being on. Thank you so much for being on, Harrison, though. I can't wait for next week. Man, I've been tired and busy, and life, just so you guys know, we love doing this, and life does not stop in the background. So thank you so much for listening to our show. I got to come up with 3 more questions for next week. We're going to have a really, really, really fun episode, and I'm stoked, you guys. I think it's going to be one of our best episodes yet. So, without further ado, I am Sebastian, your host. You can follow me on the Instagram and Twitter. Don't forget to like the channel, subscribe, bell notification. Patreon, please. We love you. And comment below. We love Star Wars and pop culture. We like to get funky and weird, and we would love to have fun with you guys down there. So, check it out. like I said, Fulcrum Fight 2019 is going to be live next week. It's going to be kind of like, I don't know if you guys ever seen movie fights, but it's just a rad kind of showdown of probably the strongest, most clever minds you'll find on YouTube. So thank you guys so much for tuning in.
It's like, think of all the excitement. Think of all the excitement of Civil War, and then forget all of that. 'Cause it'll be nothing like that.
We're gonna have the strongest minds on YouTube. And Gilbert.
Oh.
Okay. Cool. But like I said, I am Sebastian. This has been the Fulcrum Report. These are my knuckleheads. Fulcrum Report 29 out.
The entire world cares about soccer/real football, as it shall be known.
That's true.
There's only one place that cares about hand egg, and that's you.